like Yoru on this map a lot, but
yeah, it's a good map for Yoru.
Running the Jet and Yoru because the KO gets a lot
Probably
of
the best.
Not having that info.
Okay, NRG on defense, Loud on attack.
It'll be interesting
Yoru
to see
for the KO.
Pretty
much the standard comp for Loud.
Player in his own right, and he's made quite a name for himself now on the Yoru with an opportunity to set up a star duelist. All that said, though, NRG starting on the defensive side as it's Loud who's going to be looking to set the pace for this map. They've already crept up halls a little bit here. Trip keeping him back, and Crashy's
TP over towards spawn from Yoru. Put it out like 5-10 seconds ago.
Right now.
Walking close to the Trip.
Keep an eye on that. The dash.
A lot of it is a lot deeper this Trip. So the Trip normally
the door goes up, the dash is
bit
used,
forwards, but they go further back. How has he hit that?
Getting the kill. Opener has been found, but Sonic is there on the trade. Flash swinging through as Ethan is there to greet. Numbers in favor of NRG.
That was a nutty shot.
Yeah, Ethan over towards side. This flash is very important.
I don't know how he did that with a classic.
Yeah, he might have trouble on site, yeah.
Jeez. And they've been waiting, what, 30-something days to play any type of match, you know. The Iceman wants it bad.
Yeah, what happens when you give NRG this much time? When you give Chet this much time in the lab? We'll see if they can convert this pistol as last. Taking a ton of damage. NRG wins
yeah,
this
just
in almost flawless
individual aim diff there a little bit. And we got to remember that Loud have kind of had like a week where they didn't have their visas, so need to check if that's, it might be a big factor in terms of just aim diff and just them looking way more on form. Oh, that is nuts, isn't it? Double dink.
And just a crossfire on the site to clear it all. And I mean, he was sitting on 30 HP. He even peeked in the A main earlier there.
Yeah.
So he's already playing with confidence that I don't think we really saw him play with in the kickoff. He didn't do bad necessarily, but he didn't play.
Man, I really think the replays in Americas could be a lot better. I feel like when I watch well, when I used to be in production and do this stuff, I swear the replays are so good. Like there, you would always replay the Yoru kills because you've seen this already. Like you should always be aware of what's been shown on the main stream and then show the others. I hate when we get replays of the same stuff, unless that's like the only important thing in the round.
And speaking of which, as soon as we call his name, he delivers with another kill.
The production can be like the production's good. It can be like way better.
I mean, that leans into confidence a lot too, right? I mean, it's early in the game. Yeah,
Observer slander.
Frags, you know, whatever, I mean, but these are confidence kills.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
It builds up, and that's
but
why
the replay person's a different person to the observer,
like,
so there's that.
Let's not let a player like Marv get hot. But the problem is, it's the 1-2 punch combo. You gotta run it at Demon 1.
Yeah, sure would hate to not get Marv all worked up with Demon 1 on the other side. And you're damned if you do.
Like the plant goes down. Yeah, didn't want to overstep to stop the plant on this one. Can he pick up the gun? Yes, he can.
Can he do it, Doug?
I was gonna say, could you imagine?
No. 35 HP, and he's been good, but this is a different level of good. Have a couple of targets to deal with now. 3 bullets left.
Dude, look how calm he is. Such a rough situation, just super calm.
As NRG get their second, and I do think it's important here too to note they are going to keep 3 Guardians going into the next, so they can buy around this, and they've got a couple of options here.
Yeah, NRG invested heavy money into this round, and I mean, it ended up paying out. They only lost what, like 2 guns, maybe, or maybe not even. They probably only lost.
The Guardian and the Spectre.
Yeah, there you go. So already investing heavily into this, not trying to get cheese at all. That's a crazy stat.
Akno, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 26 months. Appreciate that.
Crazy. This is truly
for the tier 1.
A Titan v Titan matchup that we have on our hands.
That's a treat, and I don't feel like it's something you can say very often.
Yeah. I mean, we might have 10 eventually, right? QCK has been spectacular on this roster.
There's that early flash. Demon 1 with the dash procced.
Great damage.
The dart over the top 2. You can tell what the idea was there. The setup is pretty. Shots not landing on a Konzin yet. A little bit of damage done, but no kill found.
And I was curious, you know, how will Ethan start setting up Demon 1? But there it was, the Yoru flash, I believe, in that mid-pillar area.
Yeah, I think
so still trying to set him up, similarly to when they played the KO.
Yeah, that and the dart. The intentions were clear.
What?
Konzin finally, it was a bit labored, but he ultimately does meet his demise. NRG with the numbers advantage. And Loud, they've played this a bit more
Did
methodically.
he start the spamming with 46 HP? That's really bold.
On their approach. So yeah, Viper wall go up towards A. You do have some defense here, courtesy of Ethan and Marv. That knife only tagging one. Surely you expect this tight.
Yeah, Marv's ready for this mid-door peek. Oh, it's just easy for him.
I mean, QCK falls, and that's a tip of the spear.
Gotta get at least one.
However, Ethan is surrounded. Now position given away as he has to swing out and take the fight. Falls to the
very
hands
much
of
on
Sadak.
now.
And now Loud with some
Crashies is
Just
gunned down over
Crashies.
towards middle, I'm pretty sure.
And that early neural theft is certainly going to help.
Don't know exactly where the retake is coming from here, but
Can he get a gun here?
he should be able to get one. And Sadak is low after that
There it is.
altercation he had with Ethan.
Keep an eye on Les as well.
No,
Insta.
2 Vandals and a Guardian.
Into
The flash
reposition
out
from
side
him.
takes
This
advantage
flash
of
was
his own hands,
incredible.
flashing for himself through
Yeah,
the
it
wall,
did great.
leading
He was the
from
only
the
person
front.
on low HP as well.
A 2v2 now.
And
Spike takes away.
Crashies
Demon
just
Crashies
came
with
from
so
door,
much to
so they're gonna
do.
think door is clear.
Look at the minimap, Doug. There's a reflank from mid.
Is he gonna get the timing? Les on the prowl. The first one falls.
Lovely.
Crashies.
Really, really nicely played from Les. It was perfect. Good damage from
Very, very
NRG
slow
though. They
round
should be
from
happy
out
with
there.
this.
Taking their 1v1s and winning them. Honestly, that kill that Sadak got onto Ethan was the knife in the back of NRG. If he had not gotten that kill, the round was surely over. And then on top of that, dodging the shock dart, being aware of the audio cue, and then just going for the YOLO Hail Mary flash play through the wall. I mean, he's 1 HP. What more can he do in that spot? He knows if he just sits there and does nothing, he's just going to die.
He's gonna die. Right.
Yeah.
So he
Giving the
handles
vibes
a
up
little
as
bit,
well.
makes a
Okay.
play for himself.
Beautiful.
It
Sorry.
pays off.
So, because they managed to kill
We got
3
Op, they hit
people,
the Demon
we
One.
get
We
3
talked
people
about
that
this a
can't
lot
buy
with
next
the
round.
kickoff,
So,
right?
big
Like, they
swing
were trying
round.
to get
Everyone
Op
from
as
NRG
many
can't
as
buy.
soon
Victor
as
takes
possible.
the hit
As
and
they
actually
should.
just has a
And he
sheriff.
looked great with the op and kickoff, honestly.
Demon 1 with
It
the
is
op.
glass cannon though, and Victor's left. Also with
Sadak
just the sheriff in light armor.
with his ult.
I want to point out
Ethan
how
with his ult.
aggressive QCK has been playing this attack so far. Yeah, he's sitting at 0 and 3. He's been getting punished quite a bit. But he's been like taking all
Very
this
committed with a
mid-space.
Viper here. It's good off
if it was
angle though.
Halls as well, like very aggressively.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that was off of Marv getting a timing and taking some space. But Sadak, again, aware of where his weakness might be, takes care of him.
That's a hard read from the IGL because he actually tagged Demon 1 with the dagger earlier in the round. So to actually just re-aggro there, understanding that like the Jet's not going to sit there the entire round. It's not likely for that to happen. He could be, but to just
One
check it and
person
then clear
fake
all that
over
space out.
towards A
just a
with the
fake.
knife
Starting
as
to
well.
fake on top of it.
Yeah,
The thing
and
is,
as
they
we
have
can
second
see, we
free.
have the
Yeah,
push
well,
down,
some of the
B
second
full
util's still
retake
up.
on this one. In terms of retake, they got a good ult
Yeah,
for
Vic
it.
shouldn't be getting hit by this, but they've managed
The
to
nightmare is
circumvent
that they
all
have a
of it.
retake wall,
So they've
and
gone down on
obviously the
their
Viper's
side.
dead.
They're starting to push into spawn. NRG with a lot to do here.
And I wonder why they're pushing so far ahead when they have this trip, and maybe their plan is to just
Did Bayon
have a
look?
crossfire from
Honestly,
the
did
main
good.
and
It was
spawn
like
area.
role play. He kind of just
And they
played
do
his
that
role
here.
well, and everyone else on
Will
his
the
team just
scrap
really
go their
carried
way?
heavy.
Ethan just has a sheriff. The rifle's been handed over to Victor. You see the ult instantly used, and it's put right into the steady hands of the Sentinels. He gets a second. Now Ethan pushing forward, purely a reconnaissance mission. He's getting all the info he could possibly want. The only thing that's been left unanswered here is where is Les? A flash over the wall as Ethan goes up top. Victor's there to trade. Now Les left alone, a 1v3. Spike has been ticking for a little while. He has a lot of targets to deal with. That's not been halved.
No way.
Time is of the essence. He's gotten it down to 1v1.
Nah, he's so talented, bro. That's mad.
Full clutches, we're tied.
Oh my gosh, and he almost dies to the bomb playing with fire there. What an animal. I mean, we saw this in Madrid, and he brought it back with him.
Dude, you asked
The
me earlier, Les,
reposition,
was
yeah,
it a
even the
1v3?
wide swing against
You're
the
like,
op once
"Can
he
do
realized
it?"
the op was
Nah.
holding him was insane.
I mean, it was
He
a
just
little
did it.
delayed, but yeah, he hit it.
And the IGLing already from the side of Loud and Sadak, so beautiful. Like I said, tagging Demon 1 early with that dagger, and then on top of that, re-clearing the space, getting the kill onto Marv so there's no smokes online, committing the KO ult to sell the fake even further. Look, that's why he's cheesing so hard right now.
I mean, if I was IGL and Les was on my team,
Yeah,
I'd
and
be
that was the
smiling too.
massive swing round that forced them down to an
Unbelievable. Right back into
eco.
the
So
action
in
here.
terms of
The buy
impact,
for NRG,
you
not
can't
great.
actually get a more
No
impactful
blades to speak
1v3
of
than this,
either.
to be honest.
It's just sheriffs, and because of the lack of weaponry, they decide to play this in bunches.
QCK and Halls. Can we just name him, crown him the king of Halls?
I mean, if he
Might have to after this year.
if he makes a play, it might be worth donning the title.
it's just like even if he doesn't kill you, right? Just the fact that you have to like keep somebody there the entire round.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to play, like to deal with.
Sure.
Well, that's one done. Still plenty of work to do. How much work can they find? Again, a reminder, the weaponry here is not great. Don't really have the resources to make this a fair fight.
Numbers here, though.
You're starting to see
Util's good. Do they expect this guy?
NRG continue to fall apart.
Hey, Les is farming.
One kill found, maybe a little bit more.
My bad again. They did really good damage. Look how close some of this was, though, in terms of the jaws. 4 HP, 45, 17.
That was clean.
It was, I mean, it's a lot of damage.
I mean,
9 to 3 as well.
Nasty shot on Sadhak, but after that, you know, just
I'm out coming in
moving out the round,
early
slowing
for
it
the
down,
big buy
not
rounds where
rushing
they
the
would go
plant
down.
is really important in rounds like
Eventually,
this,
how
and
the
then
op
fighting
can
together once that
have
wall's
the
about
best
to go
play
down.
here as well. We'll see.
Oh, we missed it. We've been teased by this replay.
It was a very nice shot, though. That one, too.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Your fault.
I mean, just a pixel.
That's all it takes.
Everybody
You know, there's been a
killed.
lot of conversation about Demon 1 of last year compared to Demon 1 of Kickoff, and how it really just felt like Demon 1 during Kickoff was a shadow of the man that everyone had grown to know him to be. Given what you've seen so far, what is your read on Demon 1?
I think that even last year, he had a slow start to the year. I mean, he just got put into the roster straight up, and it took him a little bit of time. And I mean, I'm a player that's exactly like that. I usually tend to heat up like towards the middle of the season.
Sure.
So in a format like this, I think you can get away with it. But in a tournament like Kickoff, where you got to win every single match, and keep in mind they only lost one match to not qualify for Madrid, and it was close.
Yeah. They
They almost beat Sentinels on that first map. It was 16-14. So I think he's actually looked pretty good.
I'm out.
overall.
What
I
is
don't think that
the...
we're missing
Yo,
out on
this
too
retaking,
much,
eh?
and I think that it just takes time to be comfortable with the players on your team, and I think
Looks like we're
this is a good
making
opportunity
some
for
kind
him
of
to
play
show,
towards
like,
middle,
hey,
TP
now
at the
we have
back,
time under
and
the belt. I'm still
Yoru's
here
gonna
for
play
you, you know?
middle. Maybe we're gonna
So
watch
Les is
this
still here.
angle
He's
and
never
Yoru
left.
watches
Yeah, Les-
above.
Les is
Wait,
never left.
allowed on
He's
top
got
of
the
this.
op in
They
his hands
see a
again.
lot of
Demon 1
pings
does.
towards middle already.
A little bit of a peak mid, and that's where there is some loud presence.
Yoru walks down middle.
Oh,
Dark getting
Yeah, he
some
goes
early
to a
info.
different position that I thought, and they
Insert
pinged,
Ethan.
but they were so ready for this
Looked like he was
aggro
just
position. They
weak, and then a dash away.
sniff out the Yoru,
That's a lot
TP
of
away.
pressure.
Another big miss. Missed over towards B, main misses
barely
here.
missed.
Yeah, that's a miss that we don't see super often.
he had everything for that too. He had the audio cue. He knew exactly where they were. Maybe still needs a little bit of time to heat up on that operator. And look at this. Since they got the drone out early, QCK putting all that pressure in mid with Sadhak.
I like this
Opens
from
up balls for
Loud. They play
Kamazi.
real slow, and as we can
Even when
see, focusing on Ethan, the
Aggressive here
Yoru,
in
right?
mid. I
All the
like this
TPs
game
have
plan
gone
right now
40
from
seconds
NRG.
in.
Me too.
Not
Oh,
being
50
too stagnant
seconds.
and actually re-clearing space.
And honestly, I think on the other side, Demon 1
There we
gets
go.
the opener onto QCK. Man doesn't miss twice. I really like the way Sadhak has approached calling this round, and the last couple of rounds, to be honest.
He's picking the right side every time.
Adds a good amount of pressure, forces them back. Lovely shot from Sadhak. Free sight after that kill. They have been playing retake over towards A for this one. They have Sova ult to get here, but they still got to worry about the guy who they think is in horse.
Crashies tries to get some damage done with
Massive
the
kill.
ult he does. Sadhak down, numbers in favor of the defense.
I like this reposition, and is Les only going to show himself once the person at door has shown?
Tui's is
Does
taking a
that
step
make
back,
sense?
presumably for a
Anything
lineup
else
with a
doesn't
spin.
really. Yeah, so he's waiting for Sova to be seen. Oh, what the hell is that timing? That's incredible.
This opens up the post plant. Look how confident he is.
Ah,
Oh, 1 for 1. Kalanzine with 2 shots. It's all under Tui
Joe.
now. Ethan on the other side. Wow. And another
calm,
big
though.
moment in favor of Loud.
calm with it. Another
Loud
big
winning
buy
all the
round.
clutches
NRG
right now.
goes
It's
down.
It's early, but they've all gone their way. You're right.
And that's scary because I feel like Loud is a team that takes a little bit to heat up in the actual series.
Derry
that they
Airy as well.
play.
Thank you with the
I feel
Prime,
like most
man.
of the time when they do lose a
Derry,
series,
appreciate you.
it's
Thank you,
because
thank
they
you.
gave the
Welcome
first
in.
map for free.
Yeah.
But now they're already clapping. It's 4-2. It's a
11
good
to
half so
4
far,
for
and
Les.
They've controlled the pace.
Another
I think it's
eco
also worth
has to
noting
happen. They
that's
get a
on the other
hero
side of
gun
the
on
timeout,
Crashies.
early
No
timeout
armor
from
though
Jet.
for the hero gun.
Already gone
You get
through one of
knives
those.
out,
Loud
so we
hanging
have that
on to
as
a
well.
2-round
Looks like we're
lead.
going
They've got
aggro.
Tui's pit to play with. Blades online for Demon 1.
That dart is to set him up, but doesn't get a scan on anybody.
They know. They know.
Oh my gosh.
There was a triple peek intended for Halls there, which is just crazy. I mean, they had Demon 1, they had Vic, and then Ethan over the top. It was a cool setup. It just didn't amount to anything.
Yeah, Demon 1 just whiffed that last knife that he had, but Victor's been so crispy with the headshots right now.
What? Drop ball too. He's spamming through the cage. Dropping 2. Now the Viper wall goes up. The side is theirs.
For a team that landed yesterday and couldn't play for a week, they look so crisp. Look at it.
Glad look good, man.
Yeah. And something I want to point out is how slow they approach the anti-eco rounds. They don't want...
It feels like every round.
Yeah. Well, kind of. In some of the gun rounds, QCK has been taking a lot of space in mid or a lot of space in halls. Sure. Where yeah, on the extremities they are playing very
That's
fast,
wild.
you're right. But on these anti-eco rounds, they're waiting for any type of aggression at all. Because they know at some point, right? NRG wants to make.
Right, what's this an eco though? So we won't get too carried away, but money is getting
Especially when you have Demon 1 of
nice.
knives, you know he's going to try to
Again,
go for
with
some
good amount of money. Knives is here, KO ult 1 away, Sova ult 1 away. Pop comes back in again for Demon 1, insta Viper ult on B with the trip. They go heavy, knife hits the Viper, so the trip goes. Yeah, he's shot. Yeah, they at least played a good. At least they had the Cypher pretty far away.
Can invest the K ult as well. I feel like he just had that.
So much value out of this. And they're still taking their time. They're walking in, Doug.
They know they're walking in because of the KO sound.
Just around the corner, spotting the first, but less delivered
Bro,
once
the
more.
trades are
This guy's trading
instant.
like an animal.
It's only been 8 rounds, and I'm tired of
They
saying
don't
his
have too
name.
much map control, but the good news is for Loud, there's no vision
Where's the
block.
response? Currently, Demon 1 finding some value at
Wait,
the
they-
opposite. It's not gonna
they
matter
just
as much
vision
with
blocked
pin to
themselves.
space.
Did they
Less
not?
than 2, he's left alone. A 1-for-1.
No mollies on
2,
the
he's still up. Looking for any target that dare challenge, that dare creep forward into the goo. The spam just barely missing. It's a game of chicken. He's gonna hold it the whole way. In the face of the pit, NRG get their 3rd.
Okay, 4 HP on this one. Ah,
like
man, I
the
hated
idea
it.
From Loud. I like the change of pace. They read into that Viper ult from Marv, and they went for a set play to try to counter him, and they actually took him out.
Yeah, right off the bat.
It was nice. And even on the post plan, I like the idea of using this Viper's pit to just kind of spam the bomb.
Yeah.
Doesn't go their way, and Demon 1 hit a really nice shot.
Nah, I
on the
really
side.
hated it because he had the
Who
smoke,
honestly,
so it's like
that
if you wanted
flash
to
would have
vision
hit,
block, you
had
could
it
have just
been, like,
smoked up.
a millisecond
Then you could
later.
at least drop it a little bit
But that was
faster.
a nice flick from Demon 1 onto him on the default box.
Yeah,
Blades
in my
on
mind, a bit of a
TCK.
mess up. Straight up.
And Cohenzinas is all
That's now 16 to 5. Bro, 16 in 9
in tow
rounds.
right now. As much like we've seen for Loud, it's
It's that slow default.
Crashies is taking a ton of space halls. Wow.
Oh, wow. Ethan still didn't see him on that last jump spot. That's who he thought he saw him.
You gotta be careful here. Demon 1 is playing containment.
8 rounds. Yeah, true. He's got this round.
What a heads-up play from QCK there. He understands that a lot of these rounds he's just been dry peeking, taking that fight aggressive early on, right? So now he knows, okay, they're probably going to try to punish me. I have to jump spot this in case there's an op. Or a rifler, right? And the info's gathered, and Demon 1 has not moved from this spot. No rotation being made. Maybe second guessing
Goes
himself
in.
from the
When
last
does
time he
this
got spotted in A
TP
main, deciding
stop?
to stay. Maybe they
That
do
is the
walk
real
in again,
question.
but it looks like it's just going to be a B hit here.
They've cleared all of the trips.
And not in time. Yoru manages to get the TP, so 3 people over towards site. That is huge.
Concealed
That's
by
the flash
pillar
from the
for now.
Yoru that managed to rotate in.
Oh, great dive. Continues to hunt, continues to
God, I
hold
thought he got
W.
that last one as well.
The kid's just not missing.
Yeah, mate.
I mean, at
This
point,
guy
the money's not
is...
great. It feels like you call for a save.
He's
It's
on something
insane.
Right now, man. He's trying to prove a point right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's just strolling into the site and just two-tapping everyone.
He's the best player in the world is what he's trying to say. And he's showing it right now.
It's hard to make an argument against that, given the performance he's had so far.
They can definitely heavy hunt for this 1-9
least
loss
certainly worth the
bonus on everyone that's
conversation.
dead, 1,000 for everyone that survives.
I mean, you said it
They would
best,
love
he's
to
on
keep
one.
these
Yeah,
guns.
he really is. I mean, even in that previous round where that Viper's pit went out.
These
and he
guys
got
landed
straight on the
yesterday,
Viper,
yep.
He instantly trades Crashy's back sight. It was like so fast.
Can you not tell?
And he's winning clutches.
Insane,
These
isn't it?
guys.
They must have had
Oh,
PCs in Ireland. There's no way.
Loud looks super confident on this map so far on their attack. And they didn't even have to use Soval into that round, so they still have it and knives going into this next round.
I think this matchup too gives us a really interesting opportunity.
I'm so sorry.
No,
he's 18 and 5.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I mean, how many 30 bombs are we gonna see today?
Hey, we're certainly pushing a limit here.
That goes there.
Don't have computers in Ireland, Jet.
Yeah.
And it's just round 10.
Okay.
Kind of a light investment.
Managed to squeeze out a buy into this one with the save guns. Op is here. They have the Euro ult to retake or go aggro if they want to. That's a lovely start into this one. Nice trades. Holy hell, they got another one. What HP is he on? 15?
And they just didn't expect the
Oh
trades. They don't
my
expect the
goodness, they're
mid-door
getting
either.
wrecked,
They're
bro.
getting
But
caught
it is,
off
I mean,
guard
it's very
at
attack
every
sided.
angle.
We got to keep that in
This
mind.
was a bit of a labored force here, right? There was a stinger, there was light armor, trying to build up around the op in the hands of Demon 1.
Spike planted.
I mean, jeez.
Why does it look like they're getting aim diffed?
disrespectful in a
Like
way.
they're getting aim diffed heavy in some of
For
this.
Kawazine to just walk straight back into the op line after his teammate gets taken out.
Yeah.
And then he gets 2 on top of it. Like, you just don't, you're not ready for those peaks sometimes. But in a match like this, you have to be dialed in. You have to be aware of every possibility, especially if you want to be the best.
I think this situation gives us a unique opportunity to have a conversation around value in playing in internationals versus being at home and prepping and watching film, right? And obviously, if you've been keeping up with the Valorant season so far, Loud just recently returned from a trip to Madrid where they came in 4th.
Yeah.
And you can have the conversation around whether or not that was good enough. or
Breeze
bad
the
enough,
name up?
whatever.
Yeah, very much
The
so.
truth is NRG was home, right? While Loud was getting live reps against the best teams in the world. It really seems like they've benefited greatly from having that
Costly
experience.
miss again.
I mean, when you're making these international events, you're scrimming the best teams, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to scrim somebody, and they only have each other. So, yeah, NRG had a lot of time to maybe scrim against the other teams that didn't qualify, and et cetera, but the level of play isn't as high as that big moment, because you're trying to win a trophy.
Another
when you're over
eco,
there at international.
7-3.
And also, match
We
trust
got to
is very
remember
real.
they won pistol. There's been one buy round 1. What the?
And 18 kills.
I've never seen an instant ult like
Attack
that.
side op is Cypher.
Not on this
Well,
map.
if it ain't broke, why not, right? No, they try to swing ahead of the drone, and there it is. The
Shots.
fight continues to ensue.
Shots,
Demon
bro,
one with
what?
3. The Sheriff lights up the kill feed as he finally gets away. Not able to convert on much else. Crashies has managed to
good.
upgrade a weapon.
Another
Not going to connect, and Marv gets another. Bless once again in a position to make a play, but this time the antics are stuck.
The server is so stacked right now. It's not even
We gotta
funny.
see a replay of what Demon 1 just did. That third shot was so disgusting.
My first shot is a
I have to
pre-fire,
see
right?
this over.
We had a chance to look at it again.
There's
the
one.
first time to
Dude, this has to be a
QCK, the
pre-fire.
second, Scout's even walks into his crosshair, and Sadak just teed up for the last.
Oh my gosh.
Marv also hit a big shot in there.
Yeah, he did. That's the Demon 1 we know. The Loud fans going crazy right now.
For good reason. They've looked very good. This rivalry that goes
Oh, he sees his arm.
so far back. Sadak falls the blades.
So interesting they use his knives there instead of all.
IGL and Victor joining in on the fun.
Get out of my way.
That was great support from Victor there. Understanding that last time they were in this scenario, somebody, I think it was 2Es, peeked from window and killed them both for free. So just to be dialed in on that angle and just let Demon 1 just reign supreme on that line is beautiful.
This one's been a bit methodical, but they're finding the value in the kills they want. Really anywhere across the map. Now
Ending
it's on
it.
QCK to see if he can do a bit of the same. This would be something. If he could pull
What
it
a
off,
weird
behind
round.
enemy lines. They've got to know where he is.
Yeah, he's making footsteps everywhere right now.
Player
Easy for
standing.
Marv.
And it all falls onto Kawazine in a 1v4 to close out the half.
And he got spotted. Oh, what a
Oh
but-
boy.
Turns it and still lands the shots onto Ethan.
It ended up flashing Ethan actually as well. But it was a very cool lineup flash. I mean, I'm
30
sure we're gonna see
seconds
that in our ranked games in the future.
Okay, nicely done. Good recovery to get 5 in the end. The Lord of nice shots hit in this half.
3 on the round, NRG gets a 5, and honestly, it's a closer score than what I expected, given what we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, Les kind of just dominated the entire first half, like first part of the first half. But I'm glad that NRG started clapping back and actually fighting back and hitting their shots, because it felt like for a second they were just getting out-aimed.
I mean, 18 kills for the youngster for Loud in the first half, 18, 7, and 4, and that was on attack.
That's so funny. That's a savage replay.
It truly was. Loud look incredible, and NRG still have a little bit to do. Let's take a listen and hear from Ethan and get his thoughts on what it's been like to join the NRG roster up until this point.
So in my career, like every team you join is basically just starting from scratch, no matter how good everyone is. So it is just all about time. And we definitely didn't have a lot of time. So that's kind of just how it went. And, you know, now we have a lot of time to improve. And so, you know, over all of Madrid, we've been practicing. I think we started literally the day after we lost in kickoff. So we've been practicing the whole time. We know there's a lot to do, and you know we've been putting the work in. So hopefully it pays off.
Again, Dre, the age-old conversation around getting those experience, getting that rep on the international stage, or being at home.
How many monitors does a coach have? Normally 2.
And I think,
You
again,
just have like everyone's.
I'm surprised that the score is as close as it is, because it felt like for the majority of
You'll
that
have
first
everyone's
half, Loud were
POV
pulling
here,
Yeah.
press a
It makes you
number,
think,
and then
you
it
know,
comes up here.
Had that 3v1
Right, so like
not
1,
happened, or had that
2,
other
3,
Yeah.
1v1
meant to be
not
numbers,
happened,
but I'm
this could
messing
be
them
an
all
even
up.
game, or even
Press
NRG
2
being
appears here.
in the lead. So they're playing good
Press
right
1,
now. But
etc.
you know what I didn't see? that we
Freezing
saw a
freezing
lot
in
of-
June.
a
Thank
lot
you so
of
much with the
from
11
Ethan
months.
was
Thank you
setting
bro.
up Demon 1 with those flashes. You can't really set up
Appreciate
pop
that.
flashes the same way on your Yoru as you can with the KO. It's just not possible, you know, because like with the KO flash,
Norwood
you
as
pop
well.
in the
Norwood
air, you can do
Stafford
anything.
with the
But
prime
the Yoru
and
flash, you have
5
to
months.
bounce.
Thank you so much
So
for that.
it's-
Thanks for the
it's
prime,
not
mate.
as strong here, but maybe on this attack, we're going to see the Yoru actually reign supreme because of the fact that he can TP past the Cypher chips, because he can use the clone to bait him out, and etc. So I'm hoping to see a little bit more out of NRG on this attack.
And I
A
think
bit
we
of
will
both.
too, as
The
we
coach
think
can
about,
call a
again,
timeout,
this
or the team
dynamic
can
of
do it
the
as well.
Flashes in Demon 1 and how they
The
kinda
players
set
can
them
do
up.
it.
It's like tried and true Jet dashing into the cloudburst,
Yeah.
the Yoru flash popping just on the other side, and then the sling. I think we saw hints of that on defense. Again, I think about the second round on mid with the dart that was over the top two. They're trying some of those things, and I imagine it'll be much more prevalent here in the second half. NRG on the attack now, facing a 2-round deficit. There's questions abound on how Ethan will be able to support his star.
Just hit the mid cross,
really like this
and
orb,
it's
Doug.
perfect. Oh, that's such an easy
This
lineup
orb
for
is so
this.
sick because it not only lets you lurk up mid and not get shot from any AWP or mid door or any rifler that's holding it, but you can walk all the way in. You have 2 options. You can pop flash through to the left. You can go to mid door, split A. It basically just denies a lot of info from the defensive side.
Look like
It
there's
also
a little
still
gap here
leaves the
though.
wall as an option. You know, sometimes you'll see Vipers use that wall to cover that exact same area.
Yeah, on the
Didn't
wrong
know that
side,
one?
on the
Nah, I
mid
did
space,
from
so
here.
100%
When we
correct.
look at the bottom left
So they still have
lamp.
that tool at their disposal, and you imagine it'll be going up any moment here. The setup is there for an A hit. I think also
Amy,
what's
thank you so much for
Cypher
that as
utility
well.
is normally set up on B, is currently
Amy,
posted up on
yay,
A.
thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you with the
very
prime.
far
Appreciate
back.
the 3
Yeah.
months.
Like usually you see chips maybe a little bit more in front of the default box trying to kill the bomb planners.
Thanks for
and
the
whatnot,
kind
but
words
this
as
one
well.
is for anybody that's trying
Very
to
nice
push
to
a little
say,
too
thank
far
you.
and maybe go through this Viper wall.
Especially on a pistol. Oh, the shocks. He was decayed. Ethan had no shot.
Oh, but he didn't even get to play the game.
No.
What are you doing? This trip is still up. I don't
He
think people
didn't
are
get
aware
to
of it.
play the game.
They managed to get the spike down and
Even
Demon
I
One
and
has
the
managed to
luck
get
going
behind
in.
enemy
1,
lines. Assassination
2.
style on the first couple.
Lovely
Was there
dash
trying
away
to
as
fight
well,
back.
and then when they're focusing on that, we have the
Falls in the same way.
flank from where they
And now
just
you've got
cleared in
Marv, who's gonna
terms
be
of
hitting the
door.
right flank. They're starting to
lovely
swarm
from
around
Marv.
Loud. The defenses, or what's left of them, outnumbered and outgunned. 3 now for NRG. As Sadak and Tui's the only 2 that remain. Crashies with 2.
3
with the
shock
darts
dart
leading
kills in a
Tui's by
round?
himself. He
Holy.
falls as NRG get the pistol.
There's a lot
Double
of layers into that
pistol for
first round that
NRG,
we just
right?
witnessed.
Who
You
knows?
saw already the mid orb being conditioned to set up the mid splits later in the half, or maybe even trying to catch out aggression from Loud top mid. But you saw Demon 1 flanking halls, Marv reflanking mid door, all these different layers make it nearly impossible for this retake to come through from Loud.
You take a look at that first shock dart kill from Crashies, and then the second.
And he even delayed it for that. That was
We got
cool.
teased. Back
Nice
into the
replay.
action, NRG with the gun advantage once more. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first half.
And not opting to use that mid orb this time. Just going for the straight up mid door orb. They don't want these guns to have close range angles. There's no point of putting that orb up and around like this.
Yeah. You can tell.
And this
perhaps
is pretty much
paranoia
gonna
or
tell them
concern
the
of a
site
death ball
looks
that could be
clear.
waiting on the other side. They're sending 3 up mid with the drone to pave the way. The dart invested as well.
And they're going to get all this info. No one's been peeking them. If I'm Marv right here, I'm telling him, yo, D1, keep going. Keep going. I got your back, bro.
He's going to see that knife soar across the sky,
That's good info.
land beyond the site.
Site
Yeah,
on
they're
A,
really-
the
I
C1
mean,
on
this
B
has been a
looks
war
easy.
of
We've got to keep an eye on the
information.
KO. It's like the only
Really
person
both
making
halves.
plays at the moment.
But so far, this bout is going in favor of NRG, as it should.
Now, will Sadhak pick somebody off here? Oh, he actually goes down the tube.
There was the pickoff onto
He
Ethan.
jumped down.
He jumped
You
down the
rarely see
tube
that,
and
I
then
feel
won the
like.
1v1.
This is the 3v3 here. Yeah, they still have pistols, but they're making this costly.
Demon One is so pushed up in the spawn.
Once again, the late flank, this time courtesy of Victor, as QCK is waiting on the other side, unawares of the damage beneath them.
Enemy remaining.
Nice.
Victor gets 2. The Bulldog cleans him up. Now Les is left alone. Nothing but a classic in hand. The spike's been ticking for a little while. It's an inevitability. We're tied at 7.
Still.
Good damage from
Yeah,
Loud.
they got 2 guns out of him.
Massive damage, yeah.
And they went into that like 3v3 retake with the notion of just trying to get guns out. They weren't actually trying to go for that whatsoever. They wanted to do as much damage as they possibly could. And I think they did a pretty good job of doing that.
Headshot.
Yeah, I would say
that was the player where he just pushes all the way hall and just jumps down.
Emma.
What an animal.
Enemy.
Yeah, I would say all things considered, mission accomplished. If damage was
Op
the
comes
intent,
out for QCK.
they did it
And
again.
looks like
And there's
he's
an op
just
onliner
going to
now
be going onto
from
window.
QCK.
No armor to protect it. Knife tagging, what, 3, 4 potentially early on? Sada getting early info.
Straight up B
It's
head.
very interesting.
Probably gonna see a
that
TP
NRG
for the
decided
Yoru,
to
but is
not
this a
fully
trip
invest into
on
this
site
round and
for
just go
the
for kind of
Yoru?
like a light buy? Like they're really focused on setting up their economy and trying
Huh?
to get as many gun rounds as possible. And I kind of like that because when you have a gun in the hands of Demon One, like anything is possible, right?
Right.
This is going to be interesting. They
managed to
took
get
out the
past
cam
a
and they
lot
took
of
out one of the
Lex's utility
trips as
here,
well.
and they
So
still have the
This
site.
is really good.
yeah, this is really, really good for them.
The thing is, how do they dance around this? There's the op in the hands of QCK. You mentioned at the beginning of the
Actually,
round.
still has drone as well.
The dash at the ready, not used.
Les got tagged up to 18 HP.
The only thing here is Kalantine still has his dart. Now finally invested. It lights up backside, and Sadak and QCK pounce on it.
Yeah, and I
The
guess we have
information
some molly
revealing.
lineups,
Look at the
right?
minimap done.
Marv's last molly's just gone in now. Smoke on the spike. Very hard for them to be able to do it. Yeah, I think it might be done.
QCK and Tui's left alone, trying to figure out how things have gone so sideways. Tui's there to deal with things on his own, but time
A
is
bit of
just
damage,
too
but
short.
not the round on this.
And they made it work. NRG makes it work. with
Yeah, I
the-
mean, they just got into sight for free
not
there as
so
a nice
light of a buy,
exec.
but I mean, Marv had a ghost the entire
Ooh,
time.
and didn't
he was
save the
just
gun.
playing
It's
nice. And they
huge.
get the kill on Tui's. And everyone on the side of NRG so close in terms of their scoreline.
Well, and I think as we take a look at that round again, there were a couple of things key here. Yes, they managed to get out onto B. They did so without having to deal with any of the annoying Cypher utility. There's the molly that you were referring to.
Yep.
But they did so with Guardians that they invested in the previous round. So it was a hefty investment on the front end, but it pays off in dividends.
Yeah. And I like this from Demon One. The Outlaw and the Anti-Eco. I'm a huge fan of this.
And you just set up your money so
Oh!
well. Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
gonna
kill,
hurt.
but that's enough. All it takes is for you to just spit on him
Solid.
if you need to, and he's gonna go down.
Good amount of damage,
A
bit
warning
of
shot.
pressure as well. No one now wants
Look
to
at the ults,
reface
too,
this, and you can
building
just
up
leave
from
halls,
NRG.
but
You
it
already have
essentially
Yoru ult. You
creates
already
so
have
much
Silver
question
ult.
marks, and someone has to always watch it from
If you
spawn.
want to
so-
invest that Cypher ult after you get a pick, you can as well. And this drone's gonna fish out
Oh,
QCK
he's-
for sure.
Oh,
But wait. Oh no.
He doesn't know. Finally drops
he's
out
so
of the
confident.
drone. I was worried here that Crashies were going to get caught. Barbed was supposed to be the line
What's
of
going
defense
on?
there.
It's the double info on
But
this
a big
one.
kill from the Jet.
Ooh. Oh, this is looking a little bit scary.
If you're less with a deagle,
It's just a pixel.
share.
That's all it takes.
Everyone here.
NRG left in tatters.
Oh, no.
It's just
Oh,
Sheriff. There
boy.
was no investment around this.
Oh
And it's a
boy,
free
how many
round for
upgrades do we
Lana to
get?
tie us again.
Oh no!
Throwing the guns back.
NRG tried
Only
their
Les
best for
isn't
that
in
not to
position to
happen.
get
You
one.
saw it. They tried to drone mid,
Solid.
but QCK found his timing. Swinging before the drone can see him, catching
So
them off
many
guard,
shots hit.
Catching them off guard.
So many nice
And
shots
then
in.
still being so confident, he just sat there in the open. Oh, that's a crazy shot on Marv.
It's filthy. And again, it was Marv who was supposed to be the protection for Crashies. What a shot. Unreal.
This.
Yes, let's look at this. We looked at it, now we're back into the action. Because of
A
how
lot
they
of
handled their
ults,
money,
though.
NRG have enough to buy with Demon 1 with
And
Blades.
the reset in terms of the
Reset.
1-9 loss bonus would be savage for these
And
two.
this time with
Op
the
comes
Yoru
in,
ult.
they got a retake, but this they pretty much
bunch
were
of
fine
info
with this
gathered, a
anyway.
bunch
They
of
realized the
things
Yoru
taken.
ult was hit,
Ooh.
and damn, that's a
Kalanzine
nice kill.
decapitated.
They decided to
Little bit
double
of high
push
ground
down
found,
middle.
but no target to speak of.
Here we go again. Nice post plant. Victor's gonna get such a good timing here.
Yeah, just here's the running, that's the freebie.
Where do they go from here? You start to see some of the flashes come through. Crashies.
Right here.
Trying to see if he
And
can
they're
get
just
a tag.
delaying, and
The
then
sway
Molly
keeps
has
confusing
missed.
Bay. It's done. Yeah, it's over. They're calling it quits. Cutting
so
their
good.
losses, tuck and tail, and getting out.
And that's a smart call.
They
from
got
Rob.
they got to
As I said,
save the
I mean, so
guns
many
for
also
sure,
invested into
especially
that
when
round
these
from
two
NRG,
can't buy.
And you were down 4v5. It just makes it nearly impossible,
Oh.
especially with Victor getting that kill.
Ideally, they're
less in
keeping
mid.
weapons here. It's actually Victor who falls.
Saving the op in this round is huge.
Yeah.
Well,
They managed to do so.
kind of
Carry it out into
expected
the
it,
next
and this
last
is a
call for
very
timeout.
good timeout. They just used 4 ults. If
The
you can
economy is looking
reset
good
them off,
for
they've
both
used
teams
4
right now,
ults.
so it
Scoreline
should
at
be another
9-8.
4-5 from both sides.
Whoa. Pretty much on. That
And
was a
the success
sick
we've seen
shot.
so far from NRG on this attacking half has been get the bomb down and play
What
post.
the?
I mean, it's a simple concept, but it's so hard to pull off sometimes. And if you do it right,
That was
it could be,
impressive
like,
in
the most
slow-mo,
impressive
let
thing to play
alone
against.
natural speed.
They're doing a really good job of identifying where Loud is playing retake in this half. So I was praising the IGLing from Sadok, but actually Ethan having a really good read on how Loud is playing right now.
Well, I think that's another thing. We talked a little bit about this during kickoff, and now an opportunity to revisit it. Ethan in the primary IGL role. And there were conversations around, would he be able to learn in time? Would he be able to adapt in time? How do those dynamics play out? Given that, yes, he was on a world championship winning roster, but it was Busio who was at the helm. Now the calling responsibilities and duties
Game.
resting on the shoulder of Ethan. And
The
yes,
reset for this money, it's not like detrimental, but it would really help. So this is a massive round again. I really like the timing of the
for
timeout.
Ethan, but I love that you're highlighting the calling of him because you're right. It's been very good.
And it's not
Got some
easy
options
to
as
call
well
on
if
a
they
character
want to
like Yoru.
push and try and
I
get
mean,
one
I
of these
just gotta
orbs.
say,
It's one of the
it's
harder
so
maps to
tough
do it on.
because you want to be taking a lot of engagements first. You want to be doing pop flash plays, and you want to do TP plays too. But like at the same time, you're trying to mid round for your team and like tell them where to go. It could be very, very hard.
Oh, that was an early fight.
Great shot.
Right into elbow. And QCK wins it out with the op. And now NRG left with a couple of
This is a
decisions.
very
Still have
fast
plenty of
push
money.
into
They
halls
turn
though
their
from
attention
Victor.
towards A. Victor has gotten deep into halls already.
Yeah, Victor
tap
has
up
a
the
good
door.
chance
You
there.
imagine the fight will ensue here in just a moment. There it is. Tui's falls with
Good
the
luck
help of
on
the
site
dunk
for
from
Sadak.
Crashies. Sadak again doing it on his
Great
own.
trade
There,
from
Mark
Mark.
was there to trade. I mean, KO just provides you so many individual playmaking opportunities.
Spike planted.
But a 3v3 now.
He's a
Blades
maniac.
online for QCK
Oh.
as he goes up high.
Oh,
tries
that
to
was
find
sick,
anything.
bro.
He
That was
finds
so
Demon 1. I
nice.
thought it was going to be Marv who falls
Oh
as QCK
god, look at him
continues to
go.
push forward.
And they know this guy was over
3 on
towards
the round with the
halls,
Blades,
so
and
they should
Victor
at least
left
expect those.
alone. Not gonna
Damn,
find anything.
sick round from QCK. Really, really good.
And it might seem like
It's just a
why is
massive
Sadok
round in
doing
terms
that?
of the
Why not
econ
wait
as
for the
well.
retake and have a 4v4?
Reset
just
goes in.
evening
This
it
is a
out there, he
big
has
buy
so
run for
much
NRG
confidence that
now.
his team
Kind of
won the
flips a little
3v3.
bit.
That's why he goes for plays like that. And he does it like quite often, not only on maps like this. He does it on Vine, he does it on Ascent, where he's making plays like this. He's an animal. And then QCK, beautiful updraft.
I think also the tracking through the wall on the Demon Line, because Marv was the one who was exposed when that kill went down.
All of this with a 2-4 loss bonus.
Those little things that often kind of get
9-9.
lost in conversations of Jess.
Absolutely
He's
savage.
starting to wake up now.
Let's see.
On that
Where is this
attacking
op?
half, you know, he started off like 0-4 or something.
Op in
Bringing it
horse.
back. It's the op
Well, they
found
know where
out.
it is now. Stadak has his ult. Kaunzin has his
He's been
ult.
repositioning a lot with this op. I like when oppers are mobile like this. It can be so hard to tell where he is. Did he go B?
Might
Is
work
he in
well.
mid now?
He's at A.
Did he see him?
Ethan might find out. Oh. Suspicions confirmed.
And he moves again. Now he's gonna take the mid angle.
Meanwhile, Demon One is trying to get the best of Sadak and does.
This would be huge.
You're right, he's everywhere.
Great though at the moment.
No trip online now. That opens up a flank opportunity if this bomb goes down on A.
I think the drone saw both of the middle. I'm not entirely sure.
That drone saw both. In mid.
Okay,
Whoa.
perched
This is
up.
a dangerous game.
And Marv knows. Look at him crouch in the
Oh, what a flash.
Oh, they read that like a
That was
book.
sick.
That was so sick.
What the hell's going on?
Questions.
Why is he me?
They had the pop flashes. Ethan has them,
Yep.
especially on the A site.
A beautiful setup. Work still to be done. Slough trying to figure out where they go. Demon One caught, knife out. Marv snapping onto 2. 3 on the round. The 4.
Oh, what
As
the?
NRG get to 10.
Oh my gosh.
Server is
I mean,
2
You
stacks.
can tell he's been putting in the hours.
Yeah, he looks so good.
He's looking crispy. Headshot after headshot right there. Look at this flash.
How does that angle even? I mean,
The fact that he knows that it's gonna hit that.
That's
exact
such a
angle where
nice
TCK
flash. It really is.
That's beautiful.
that's the mark of someone who has
That's
played a lot of Yoru.
That's a chef's kiss.
Yeah.
For real.
That's someone who's put in the time. NRG hanging on to a 1-round lead here. Op still in the hands of the defense. QCK, you mentioned he's been
And
heating up. He's been
similar
very
story
effective.
to what I was saying
Trying to
earlier,
close it
just
up in an
opposite way
aggressive
round
line
again.
end.
Just losing this resets everything.
NRG are certainly.
They're waiting for
Two in
him
a
to
row
do
is
this
just
stuff.
Well,
big.
they're not being quiet about how they're doing this.
Go
Suggesting
in
that there are multiple
early.
people going
Yoru
down halls.
opens the
I
door,
love what
TPs
they've
away,
just done.
creates a lot
Between
of
the
pressure,
clone and
even
Ethan
pulls the
going, it sounds like
rotate
their
over, and then they
Clydesdales
go
running
hit
down
B
halls.
site. This
It
is
was
a
all just
nice
fake.
round.
So you manipulate the rotations towards A. Now you have a little bit of room to work B.
And that's what you can do with this Yoru, the mind games.
Double kill trip over
And
towards
they
site
need to
though.
go now, Doug.
Yeah,
Or
this-
they're gonna miss their timing because
You're right.
this is taking too long.
Kind of know where the KO is with that
Window will
flash.
shut
Les is already back.
And the benefit is the Cypher utility should give you a little bit of room to work with.
What a molly.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
traded
the
one
molly
for one.
trades him out. Could cage
Left
this.
with so much to do, tagging onto the first. He's swinging out from behind the wall. Crash is lit up. Crash is dead. Let's continue.
What a calm guy.
And that timing window shut.
It was a really
when the
good
moment
util
was
from
right.
Kaunzin as well. I think it was a recon that got the tag on site. I'm not entirely sure, but
That's one
It
of
was
the
a
things
lovely
about
ult.
Yoru that is so tough.
dude, it's literally just
When
back
you
and
go
forth,
for a
back and
big play
forth.
like that, you almost
For like
have to
what, the
commit
past
right
6
away.
rounds,
Yeah.
7 rounds?
Or you just need to play the rest of the round slow, because if you wait, if you have any type of hesitation on when you're running to the other side of the map, you see what happens, right? Les is able to come back into sight, and you don't want a player like Les who, honestly, he's been kind of quiet since he had those 18
Yeah, you
kills,
can tell
but
with how
you
he
don't want him to
plays
start
Des.
getting heated up.
He just doesn't,
Wow.
like he's just the calmest guy,
You
just
saw
during
him
all of
backside,
this.
holding everything down. Sadak's ult also, you know, we didn't talk about that, but
good.
massive.
Yeah, it was good.
massive.
Sadhak looking surprised. I love watching him play because he just looks so happy all the time.
He's
win or lose.
emotive. Yeah, he's very emotive.
He's just truly has a love for the game that I don't think a lot of players have.
A stark contrast to the other side as Chet calls a timeout, often known for the stoic expression that currently sits on his face. In
honestly,
highs and in lows, consistent.
Yeah, honestly, all of NRG, from what I've seen so far, even when they've lost like that 1v3 or whatever, they've been so calm.
EMEA
like,
did
no
not deliver
reaction.
like this, bro.
When
We
you
just
saw
had
Marv get
2
that
nils
nice
every
4K,
game.
and those are nice
2
shots.
nils.
Like, that
There was a
feels good
few
when
close
you're in a
maps,
game
but
like
not
that, you get a
many.
nice 4K like that, and he's just cold. Just another day.
As Iceman. Tied at 10 apiece. We'll see what things look like on the other side as timeout for NRG.
Timeout goes in. Demon
light
1
buy here.
takes the hit
They
in
don't
terms
really
of the
have choice,
money.
do they?
Wait.
Give Demon, yeah, give him a
Okay,
gun.
Ethan
Yeah,
takes the hit.
please.
Someone
I
drop
was like,
Ethan
surely we're
a
not gonna let him
sheriff
just
or
sit
something
around
though.
with
Okay,
Eagle.
Stinger.
Which, by the way, he's amazing with, but
They've managed to buy around it
You
a
go
little
faster?
bit. Stinger.
and if you're loud, you're like, you know, how many rounds have NRG
Okay, they
had
push
guns?
over towards A and
Sorry,
the
very
spike
quickly,
needs to go
it's
A.
QCK with the opposite
And they
side.
push.
It's Kalazine. QCK falls.
Oh,
I
that's a
believe
lot of
you heard a
info.
shot
It's going to
rattle off
reveal
you, and if there
3
was
people
one
here. I
before,
mean,
there
this
is
is
one
a
now, so
simple
they
call. Just
understand
hit it over towards B.
What's waiting for him on the other
And
side? And off of that, NRG
Louise
feeling the
needs
pressure,
to
feeling the
somehow
damage, make a quick turn over to B.
Instant reaction.
Kill everyone.
But can they find the timing, or will Tui's keep him at bay on his own?
Bro, he
Not
did
able to
so
land the shots,
good
not able to
though.
settle the
35
crosshair.
HP, 15 HP on
And it falls to
Ethan.
threes. Loud, quick to rotate, now arriving. at
You
the
really
scene.
have to
Now they're
keep an
gonna
eye
have to
on
deal with the
Victor. Are they going to tunnel vision on sight and not think about
Cypher ult
this?
does come out, though.
Oh, they use their own Cypher ult. They realize that he's short and they
Got a
can go
couple
fast, and that they've left the Viper ult.
options here on how they decide to play this, but there's no late flank. There's nothing like that crash. He's quietly creeping his way forward,
Nice cover.
and he's gone undetected, but he's on his
Double?
own now. Less on the other side. He's been so good.
he's hit fast.
Crashies with an opportunity to play spoiler.
Nicely
and he
done
does.
from Crashies.
NRG take the lead back.
What a mad round this was as well.
And I was going to say in that retake, they knew where Crashies was that whole time. I was going to say he needed to do some crazy heroics
Keep it going.
to win that round. But the fact that he just sat there, stayed alive, understanding that Marv has his back, it was honestly really well played from him. And I'm pretty sure Victor saw like a pixel of QCK on his cam there. I mean, that collat. This was almost the end.
Last player standing.
Had Crashies shown up a second earlier.
Loud
Perhaps doesn't
timeout.
go his way, but
Nuts.
another timeout called, the last one for either side. This time courtesy of Loud, as NRG hang on to a 1-round lead.
Was MA any good
And
as in
this has been
Gentlemates? They
an
had a
incredible
lot of
match
cool
so
stuff.
far. This is just map 1,
I
2,
think
man.
they might fall off a
Marv is
little
back
bit
in
like
full effect.
mid-season.
Demon 1's
As
doing Demon 1
people
things.
have seen like their
Ethan with
playbook,
the
but
flashes, you know, I mean, Energy looked good and Loud looked great as well.
in terms of their
I
first
think
game, they
we're
look
getting
decent.
what's expected out of Les, right?
Yeah.
He's going to continue to pop off. He's going to continue to
Yeah,
do
I was
things
asleep
that
when
you
I'm gonna
wouldn't
get. Oh,
necessarily
not many,
expect.
bro.
Somehow
4.
surpassing
I reckon.
expectations, and I think QCK
This feels
also
like a
continues
free.
to grow into this role.
Feels like a free
That's-
mapper.
That's been kind of put before him. And yeah, you know, there are conversations around you don't replace Aspas. And to a large degree, that's true. But you do need some firepower out of QCK, and so far he's delivered.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty exceptional in this map so far.
We finally get around though. That breaks both
Another
the economies
A-side default
that
from
have just
NRG.
won.
But they are going to dart top mid here. Get any info.
Scanning ahead.
If there's a walk down or anything like that, and that dart not being broken gives them so much info. But what do they do with it? Just gonna farm.
One away from
Silver
Sovereign.
I think that's wise. Maybe you're gonna see Crashies plant the bomb as well and just play a post-plant scenario once more.
Assuming he can get out. It's
Yeah.
always such a barrage of bullets as soon as there's any tap.
And they're so confident that this was a retake setup.
Oh,
They just committed
oh,
on
it gets
that
a scan.
idiot, and he gets punished for it. But the trades!
Deadly
He should've rolled
Crashes
for one
gets
now.
2 on site, even though he got scanned.
Crashies committing to the plant. That volley
Oh,
just a little
no
wide.
way he gets the plant.
Spike has been
Keep
playing
an eye on the
inside
guy
of
over
left
towards
alone.
door.
Still so hard to win.
A
Ooh,
rare miss.
That's
Again,
the opening though.
buzzing his ear.
dash across to get info. He did
Dash
good.
across.
What a
And the
great
person on
reposition.
door can play a little bit.
Marv still has a spit, and he's on a late reflank through mid. As the wall goes up, the setup was
Wow,
there, and
man.
Sonic gets both.
Oh my gosh.
It's all under Marv now. A 1v1, and it's this time in favor of Marv. The Red Bull clutch for NRG.
These
The
rounds,
Iceman back at
my
it again.
god.
And I think worth mentioning, how many times did we have conversations at the beginning of the map? Everything was going in favor of Loud. Those big moments turning in favor of NRG.
Yeah, crashes into mouths pretty much. Double hero play. I mean, this was a hero play as well.
And boy, it was still off of heroics from Loud. Sadak with 2 enormous kills.
This was the pistol round strat, by the way. I want to point that out. The Halls lurk, the reflank around in mid to secure the dub.
Okay,
No
2
time to
chances
think
to
things
end
over, no
this,
timeouts to
and
use.
the
Back into
money
the
does
action.
get a
NRG
little
on
bit
that
wrecked.
point.
Les takes
And
the
now,
hit.
now Blades for Demon 1.
And if Demon 1 finds QCK, Sadhawk, or less, it's an insta one-shot in the body. Abusing the power of the Outlaw. And yeah, they got ecoed last time. He ran it, but I don't think that's going to happen again here, Doug.
Crashes has his ult.
This is going to be
If he
very
gets over
hard
towards the
for
left
Loud.
side, it would actually be pretty
This map
devastating.
potentially ends on B.
Les has a deagle. It's like, again, it's like, why not give him the rifle? He's been popping off the whole game.
He's got Sadak close by. 1 point away from his ult. And we know how devastating
Good
of an
dagger.
ult that can be. That knife tags a couple. It didn't tag everyone, though. And now his ult.
Cool, I was
Demon
talking
1
about
going
him while they're
top
dodging
gosh.
it.
The Hunter's Fury down low and Les finding value once
I mean,
more.
Les did
But
great
he
to
can't
get a
find
kill with
anything
the
else.
Sheriff there, to be
The
honest.
benefit for Loud here is that it's a 3v3, and the 3 that remain are rifles. Cow and Zine, they might not know he's here.
Spike planted.
And he's
Oh.
creeping up on this pillar area.
QCK not far behind.
Is one.
Oh my
Marv playing
God.
behind the wall as Victor's left. Knife out. Now Alex spotted. A 2v2 now. 2 is going to have to do it. on his
Marv
own.
is
A
good
1v2.
at the
Do they
moment.
know where he is?
Yeah,
The
big
drone's gonna
impacts
tag him.
back to
Oh,
back.
No idea that Marv's waiting on the other side too.
He's going to tag him again.
The 2
What a
again.
miserable feeling. No good options. Time is of the essence, and there's really nothing he can do. Two is
Yeah,
just
they
kinda
played it
forced
so well.
to
These
play
2
this
were
out. This
so
feels
good
like
in the
torture.
back-to-back
This feels
rounds.
horrible. He's gotten it down to 1. Crashies with the dart.
Done.
Crashies with the swing, and it's all a game now. He's gonna get the kill, but the map
Nice map.
goes in favor.
This was a solid map to watch, man. It was just filled with just people taking tons of doing massive hero plays or massive shots.
Piece by piece. It was really nice.